You've probably heard the name before. Mansa Musa, the richest man to ever walk the earth. The king whose gold made cities bow. But what if the stories you know are only part of the truth? This is not the version they teach in school. Not the tale told in textbooks. This is the power, the mystery, the untold story of Mansa Musa. Before the world bowed to his name, Musa was just a shadow in the empire of Mali. Not a warrior, not yet a king, just a quiet boy who walked the market paths barefoot, listening more than he spoke. He wasn't born into greatness. He was chosen by greatness itself. The king before him, Abu Bakr II, was obsessed with the unknown. Legends say he sent hundreds of ships westward across the Atlantic, chasing distant lands no one could see. And when he vanished into the sea without return, he left Mali in the hands of his deputy, a man he believed had the patience of earth and the vision of stars. That man was Musa. But what they don't tell you is that Musa never asked for the crown. He didn't rise through bloodshed or betrayal. He wasn't the loudest. He wasn't even the strongest, but he was the most focused. While other men chased gold for power, Musa studied what to do with it. He sat with great scholars, scribes, and wandering mystics. He asked questions no one dared ask. What lies beyond our borders? Why must a king be feared instead of remembered? And when he took the throne, he didn't conquer with the sword or fight anyone. He conquered with strategy. At the time Musa became the Mansa, Mali was already rich in gold. But gold alone doesn't build an empire. Musa saw this clearly. He looked at Mali and didn't just see wealth. He saw potential. The veins of gold beneath the soil, yes, but also the veins of knowledge, trade, and culture waiting to be awakened. What they don't tell you is that Musa's rise wasn't about gold at all. The shouting here and there is not even about the money. It was about purpose. In a world obsessed with treasure, he was building something deeper, a vision, a legacy. And when he finally spoke to his court as Mansa, he didn't declare war. He whispered one word, Mecca. And with that, he began a journey that would shake the entire world and reveal the kind of wealth money could never measure. Cairo was not ready for Mansa Musa when he branched. When Mansa Musa's caravan arrived, it was like a sandstorm of gold had descended on the ancient city. Tens of thousands in his entourage, hundreds of camels, each carrying pure gold dust, slaves in silk robes, horses with silver saddles, servants, griots, cooks, scholars, an empire on the move. He was heading to Mecca for the holy pilgrimage, yes. But along the way, he turned every stop into a spectacle, not out of pride, but generosity. What they won't tell you about Mansa Musa is that he didn't throw gold to boast. He gave it because it was his nature to give. To him, a king was nothing if his people starved beside him. So he gave to the poor, the hungry, the forgotten, to the scholars and the mosques, to the children in rags and the merchants struggling to survive. He poured gold into Cairo like rain, and Cairo broke under it. Prices skyrocketed, markets crumbled. The value of gold collapsed in Egypt. Economists in the Middle East still reference it centuries later. One man caused a 10-year financial imbalance in a major Islamic capital by being too generous. That's not something you read in textbooks. He didn't bring war. He didn't bring threats. He brought kindness, and the world didn't know what to do with that. In a time where rulers conquered by fire and blade, Musa conquered by overwhelming grace, and that scared some people more than war ever could. But the gold, that was just the surface. Behind it was a man with a deeper mission. He wasn't just giving gold. He was planting Mali's name into history. In every corner of the Muslim world, from Cairo to Mecca to Damascus, people now asked, "Who is this king of the blacks? Where is Mali? Who is this Musa?" He didn't need to build statues. He built curiosity. And when curiosity spreads, it becomes legend. When Mansa Musa returned from his legendary pilgrimage, he did not return the same man. He had seen the world's marvels, built mosques in foreign lands, crashed economies by being too generous, and left Mali's name burning in the mouths of kings and scholars. Another thing they don't tell you is what he did after the journey. They focus on the gold, the camels, the flash. But the true wealth? He built that in silence. In Timbuktu, under the Saharan sky, Mansa Musa began laying the foundation for a kingdom of knowledge. He wasn't just building buildings, he was building minds. He brought architects from Andalusia, scholars from Egypt, books from Baghdad. He didn't hoard his gold in vaults. He poured it into universities, libraries, mosques, and schools. The Sankore University became the heartbeat of West Africa, one of the greatest learning centers in the world. Students traveled for months just to sit on the sand and learn from scrolls soaked in wisdom. Timbuktu became the Google of the 14th century, but written in ink, stored in the minds of griots, and guarded by the rhythm of oral tradition. That's the story they tried to bury, because history often remembers conquerors, not creators. They'll tell you of Caesar, of Genghis, of Napoleon, but not always of Musa, the man who proved that you could rule with vision, with books, with blessings. And when he died, no grand funeral, no stone pyramid, no lavish tomb recorded in history. He left behind gold, yes, but more importantly, he left behind a template for what a black empire could look like when it chose light over fear, learning over violence, faith over arrogance. His name was erased from some books. His face was missing in most museums, but ask the desert winds, ask the stars above Timbuktu, ask the songs still sung beneath baobab trees across West Africa. They'll whisper the truth. Mansa Musa did not die. He became legend. He became memory. He became proof that greatness wears black skin, walks on African soil, and builds empires with both hands open. To every black African watching this, remember, Mansa Musa wasn't just a king of gold. He was a king of vision, wisdom, and pride. He showed the world that Africa was never a continent waiting to be discovered. It was a giant already standing. Our stories are powerful. Our history is rich, and we must be the ones to tell it. So walk with your head high, because the blood of kings and queens still flows through you. You come from empires, from builders, from legends. Never forget where you're from, because the world will never forget Mansa Musa. If you enjoyed the untold story of Mansa Musa and you want more powerful African stories like this, kindly subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story that celebrates our truth. This is just the beginning. More tales, more legends, more fire, straight from the motherland. See you in the next story.